Number 2 on the list of the Muslim Brotherhood organizations in America are the MSA, the Muslim Student Association. The MSA has more chapters on American college campuses than the Democrats and the Republicans combined. And you wonder how we're losing our universities. And the list goes on and on and on. What we are concerned about is how they focus on the education system. And at this point, I want to talk a little bit about the education because I know we need to wrap it shortly here. You've been here for a long time, and sorry I was late. So I'm going to try to crunch as much information as I can in a very little lecture. The reason why we are concerned about the universities is since 1991, when the Muslim Brotherhood plan was written, the Muslims started pumping millions of dollars into our universities, setting up Middle East study departments, some political science departments, and appointing Arab professors who are anti-America and anti-Israel to brainwash our students and teach them that Israel is evil, America is bad, and the Islamic world is oppressed. And to give you an extent of the Saudi peddling that has taken place in our universities, let me share with you some numbers. King Fahd of Saudi Arabia has donated $20 million to the University of Arkansas to set up a Middle East study department. $22 million donated to Harvard by 2 Saudi sheikhs linked to Al-Qaeda. $28.1 million to Georgetown University. I can go on and on. Cornell, Rutgers, $5 million. Columbia, $5 million. $1.5 million to Texas MIT. UC Santa Barbara, UCLA. I can go on and on. From the Ivy League to the community colleges and everything in between. We pump the gas and they pump poison into the hearts and minds of our future generations. And that's why we must become energy independent tomorrow. People ask me all the time, Brigitte, why is the media so biased? I mean, my gosh, God forbid you're watching CNN, or God forbid CNN International, if you're stuck on one of those cruise ships, you know? I don't know about you Bostonians, but, you know, I know, I'm sure you take cruises, and you know when you're on a cruise ship and all you can listen to is either the BBC or CNN International, and you just bite your fingers and you're listening to them because you might as well be watching Al Jazeera in English. We can do good, and I tell people, why aren't you surprised? Because for the last 20 years, all these students graduating out of our universities, being fed a steady diet of hate and resentment against America, are today the news anchors, the news writers, the bureau chiefs, the policy makers, the foreign policy shapers. I mean, just look at our president. We don't have a commander-in-chief, we have an apologizer-in-chief. When you are the President of the United States, I don't care whether you're black, white, pink, yellow, brown, purple, I don't care what color you are. When you're the President of the United States, your number one job is to be proud of your country when you're overseas. The strategy works so well on college campus that the Islamists figure out, why wait until the kids get to college? Why don't we start with them in 6th and 7th grade? Right. This time, by the time they get to college, they are 18 years old and they vote, and we have them in the palm of our hands. Now remember, the Muslim Brotherhood Project for North America was written in 5/22/1991, 10 years prior to September 11th. And that's how they're going to sabotage our country culturally. This is not about militarily. So, in 1991, the Islam Project was launched for our public schools. The Islam Project was launched, and they started providing consultants to America's top publishers of textbooks, of social studies books, and history books. Publishers like Hudson, Random House, McGraw-Hill, Apprentice Hall, etc., who published these textbooks. And these consultants started teaching them how to teach Islam to 6th and 7th graders in public schools. And they initiated the Islam course. It's a 3-week course where students have to become Muslim, memorize and recite verses from the Quran, have Islamic names, fast for 1 day to experience what it's like to be a Muslim, and go to a mosque on a field trip to see what it's like to be a Muslim.
And pray.
And pray. Thank you. I'm talking in Boston, and you Bostonians, more than a lot of people in different parts of the country, you understand because you are very familiar with what's happening in your backyard. And so, because of that, you get what I'm saying. So the Islam project was launched and they started teaching this. And the Islam curriculum put out by a company called Interaction Publishers Inc. started in California. Because California and Texas are the biggest orderers of textbooks. Wherever they buy and put out, the whole nation buys. It started in California in 1991, this course. Right now, it is so ingrained in our textbooks, in our school system, it is taught nationwide in every community. And it is now embedded into the textbooks. To give you an idea how embedded it is into the textbooks, students who have to take the SOL testing in order to pass and get into college, get to high school, 22 questions on the SOL are out of the Islam course. That's how bad it has been infiltrated into our country. This is all the time while our children are praying Islamic prayers in public school. We cannot sing Christmas carols. You cannot put up a Christmas tree. You cannot even say Merry Christmas. It's Happy Holidays. They don't even call it Christmas vacation now or Christmas holiday. They call it winter break. Yet they are doing this type of nonsense at schools. Can you imagine if a rabbi or a pastor went to public schools and said, okay, you all, now we're going to study the Bible. You're going to adopt Judeo-Christian names like Michael and Sarah. You're going to memorize and recite verses from the Bible. You're going to fast for 1 day to experience Yom Kippur or Good Friday, to experience what it's like to come from our heritage. And you're going to go with me to a church on Sunday morning to experience what it's like to be a Christian. What do you think the ACLU would have done? Oh my Lord. Screaming to high heaven, they'll be screaming. But it is happening here. This is why we, the good people of this country, must stand up, must take off the gloves and start calling the spade